final match between Georgia Tech and UC Davis. It's all gonna come down to this final song. And just like that, UC Davis takes the whole thing. Berkeley shows San Diego they're not here to mess around. And Andrew takes that song from Hamza. What a match.
Hello, and welcome to this match on the Collegiate Cubing Championships. We have OSU versus NYU, the 3rd seed versus the 19th seed. This is going to be a really David versus Goliath battle, and I'm here, Phil Yu from the Cubicle, going to help you cast this, and we'll have some fun watching these great cubers and these great clubs compete against each other on this awesome Saturday. So I've been told I need to do a coin flip. It is heads OSU, tails NYU. So I have a coin right here. Let's get into it. All right, looks like we have tails. So that is the result of the coin flip. Can't wait to see the action between these two clubs, and hopefully we'll get to know these clubs a little better as well. But yeah, let's get into the competitor introductions. This is going to be exciting. So on the left, we have Jacob, Ohio State University freshman, RS3 V5. His times are super clean. And McLain on the right, it says Film Cube. I guess that's one of the cubes that helped him set up at the time when he visited the cubicle. And his times are looking pretty clean too. NYU coming off an awesome win against Auburn, but I think they have a real competition today against OSU, which is a really, really strong team. All right, so we have Jacob on the left, McLain on the right. He looks ready to compete. All right, so before we get started, I mean, these clubs are pretty big clubs. I mean, OSU has around I think they said 60, 70 people, and NYU can get up to 40 people per meeting if they're doing fun stuff like cube art. So these are really large, inclusive clubs that have a lot of experienced cubers and also a mix of beginners. And yeah, they're really helping the sport grow in their respective communities. Both of these clubs are actually a lot older than expected. OSU was formed in 2008, NYU in 2010 by myself. So I guess I was in the NYU Cube Club over a decade ago. Both of them got revived by passionate cubers, and it looks like McLain is going first. So yeah, McLain's been working a lot on his continuity in the beginning of his solve, maxing out his inspection time. And yeah, let's see what he does here. Red cross, very methodical and careful F2L. And hopefully he's finished learning OLL. And that's one thing that he said he's really working on. And he's not so happy with the 1335. I think he knows that you need better than a 13 to compete against OSU. But who knows? Maybe the NYU guys can get a little lucky. For background information, all the OSU guys are averaging 7 seconds or better. They're all very experienced competitors. All have been to over 50 WCA competitions. So yeah, these guys are no joke. They're competing all the time and getting medals all the time. All right. Yeah, looks like it's very continuous from Jacob. And yeah, he throws down a 7. Makes you wonder how it feels to race against a person who averages 7. Because I think personally, if I raced against someone who averages 7, I'd expect to have my work cut out. So I wonder what the psychology is. Maybe I can ask him later. But you know, sometimes it's better to compete against someone where you don't have pressure. You know, say your opponent averages 10 and you average 11, and you're just on the cusp of winning every race. It can potentially make you kind of nervous. So if you have nothing to lose, maybe it's a little easier on the psychology. I can see McLain smiling with the rest of his teammates. Hopefully he can calm his nerves, and even if he doesn't win, maybe he can get a time that he's really excited about, and yeah, use that as motivation to keep competing in this set. All right, take a moment here. And yeah, one thing I learned about the OSU team was that it was formed in 2008 and hosted nationals in 2011. I actually went to that competition in 2011. It was an awesome experience. Met a lot of great cubers. Yu Nakajima went to that event, the world champion from Japan. So that was really, really cool. OSU has always been a great facilitator of competitions in the community. And looks like another awesome solve. Oh, no. He's potentially made a mistake. Let's see what the time is here. 10:24. So this is the time that's beatable. And I think he knows it. It's not a guaranteed win. I think McLain's averaging between 10 and 11. And this is when the pressure's on to clinch a win where you know you can do it. So let's see how he handles this. And yeah, hopefully, again, he gets a result he's happy with. All right. Very slow but careful start. I think F2L might be a little long. Oh no, lockup on the last layer. And he gets an 11-15. I think he knew that solve was beatable. That 10 was beatable. And yeah, he was very close. He was very close. OSU up 2-0 on NYU. I was joking around with the event organizers. And I'm basically just sitting here watching my own team get I don't want to say destroyed, but yeah, it's going to be a rough one. But yeah, it was great to hang out with NYU. It was yeah, amazing, and I think definitely want to attend one of their events. So McLain going again. Try to get a good solve here. But yeah, NYU always really welcoming, very dynamic and inclusive events, even for beginners. Looks like he's got some good momentum on this solve. Hopefully he can have a clean last layer. Yep. Yeah, I don't think he's happy with that one either. 1240. All right. So this is best of 7. So if you get 4 wins, you're considered the winner of the set. And so OSU is halfway there. And yeah, I don't know what their psychology here is. I'm sure that some of these guys can safety a lot of these solves. And yeah, we'll see what he does here. All right. So all of the OSU guys are using the RS3v5, which is an interesting choice, but it's also a great cube. Yeah, there's yeah, Luke Garrett RS3v5, regular RS3v5. There's just a lot of those cubes around. Doesn't seem too happy with that time, but I think an 8 will do the trick. And then Jacob is going to throw down one last solve before... oh no. Okay. We're just hopefully small technical difficulty. We will, I guess, keep chatting while he fixes the black screen. So OSU was revived in 2020 by Braden Richards, who is a complete deity on the mirror blocks. Also a wonderful event organizer. Really cool guy. And yeah, we have Steven in the office from Ohio. I don't think he went to OSU, but he knows a lot of the Ohio cubers, and we interact a lot with Braden. Yeah, just yeah, awesome organizer and person and member of the community. And yeah, it's sad to see NYU Cube Club kind of disappear after we graduated, but it was revived in 2021. The 2021 iteration of the club, I think, came to our offices at the Cubicle for a fun field trip. And yeah, it was good to meet everyone. And when I interviewed NYU, they said one thing they're really interested in having down the road is just leadership that's passionate, that can continue the legacy of the club. so that it never goes inactive. And if they ever come back as alumni, they love to see just happy cubers having fun together, regardless of their skill level. So I think it's a great goal to have. Jacob confirming the 8.3. And McLain shaking his head. I think cubers are good at cubing. I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're cubers that average 8. When you're averaging 11, they seem hard to beat. And then they're cubers that average 6. There's a whole food chain in the in this ecosystem here. And I think the Collegiate Cubing Championship demonstrates that. There's a very wide variety of teams in this competition. It looks like Jacob is switching to the cubicle cube cover. Excellent choice, I must say. Jokes. Okay, let's see what he does. This could potentially be the last solve in this set if he gets a really good time. And really fast momentum on the first pair. Looks like overall clean solve with a skip. 6.3. All right. I think our NYU guy's he's gonna have to get a PR or something. I think he just learned about the 6.3. So you can tell by his expression. Do your best, and sometimes you just have to, give your opponent a thumbs up, and for a job well done. On a 6-second solve. All right, this is potentially the last one. Oh no! That was going to be his best solve of the set. 13-19. Yeah, I don't think he was too happy with the solves in this set. OSU takes set 1 in a very convincing victory. Even with a mistake on solve 2, Jacob was able to keep it together and win in straight races 4-0. This is kind of expected of the number 3 seed against the number 19 seed, but props to both competitors for competing in this event, and especially for our underdog. It's never easy to be an underdog, and good job to both competitors. Whew, yeah, mean of 8.15, mean of 12.52. All right, let's go next and see what we got. We got Jack and Daniel. Jack is also using an RS3v5. 432 PB single. This man is dangerous. Versus Daniel, senior, NYU. He's the president of the Cube Club. He's won all his solves. He's got a 4-0 record. That's got to give him some confidence, but I think Jack is a completely different type of competitor than he was used to from the previous match. 625 PB average. Shout outs to Mitch. And let's go and see what happens here. Hopefully Daniel can clinch one win for Team NYU. Looks like he's wearing the Courant shirt, which is the math department in NYU. I was a poor music major, but I had to take math for some reason. So I took multiple semesters of math. And Courant's the math department. Lots of smart people go there, including Daniel. But all right. So let us do some Rubik's Cube. All right. Jack is going first. I think he's going to set the tone with this first solve. And OSU did say that their strategy was to use aggression and sort of early game speed and initiative to get a stronghold on this match. The 8.69 by Jack is a formidable time for sure. I think Daniel's going to have to overperform. He's smiling already. I think he knows that he needs to get a really good time to be competitive. So let's see what he can do. Yeah, I think he's a double major in math and comp sci. Maybe that does not leave too much time for cubing, but we'll see. Hopefully he's not doing the cross on the left. This guy's still doing cross on the left. That's one interesting thing I learned about him earlier on when we met. He was like, "Hi, I'm Daniel, and I do cross on left." 10.62. That's not a bad time for him, But I think OSU is going to take this one. And hopefully people aren't too upset with the cross on left comment. I think that's figuring out what we need to improve and working on it is definitely something that we all need to do. And yeah, I think awareness of the things that you want to practice is great step one. All right. So yeah, he's stretching, he's smiling. Props to NYU for again, keeping it fun as an underdog team. And yeah, I think if I was part of this NYU team, I wouldn't do so hot either. I think OSU is really, really super skilled. They're all great cubers. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. So Daniel's, of course, wide cross, and he's holding it to the left. You know who else does cross on left? James Chang, founder of the Cubicle, also a proud member of the NYU Cube Club. Shout outs to James Chang. He's been my partner for almost 15 years at the Cubicle. We've been doing great work together. And yeah, I think Daniel struggled a little bit on this solve. 1737 is his time. Yeah, I don't think he's very happy, but he's also smiling. Yeah, I think Jack knows that this one is going to be in the bag if he keeps it safe and doesn't DNF. So let's see what he's got here. Super fast beginning of the solve. Oh my goodness, this is 774. Yeah, he got the jump on that solve, super clean. And OSU is up 2-0, halfway there. I wonder what Daniel needs to do to get at least one win. You know, I think OSU in the previous game, demonstrated that they were mortal with a 10.2. There are opportunities to win. It's just really hard because on average, they're all very close together in terms of speed and they're all fairly consistent. And even their, not so good times are still pretty challenging for the average cuber. So let's see what happens here on Jack's third solve. All right. Yellow cross this time. Little bit of a lengthy solution. Short OLL, EPLL, 774. Yeah, it kind of got bailed out by the last layer. But yeah, still an awesome time. Awesome time. And what does Daniel need to do to defeat the 7? Can't hear what he's saying, but I can only imagine it is a struggle to compete with the 7. See what he does here. Okay. All right. Some hesitation in the F2L. Gives himself. Oof. Oh no. 14-12. Yeah. Cubing is hard. I'm sorry, my friend. Yeah. NYU is trailing OSU 0-3. And this can potentially be NYU's last solve here. Hopefully he can get a solve that is worth being proud of and excited by. And I think going first is actually really good because you don't have to think about what the other team gets. There's no sort of imminent threat of competing against a 7 or an 8. You can really, do it on your own terms and then watch your competitor and see what he gets. So, yeah. Taking his time to collect his breath, warm up, turn his warm-up cube a little bit. And I think he's ready now to defend game point here. I think he knows the stakes are high, and see what he does here. Yeah, his inspection is also from a cross on left perspective. See how he's holding the white on the left. Yeah. A little bit of a hiccup on the cross. But it looks like he's regained his momentum. A little long F2L. There we go. G-perms. 15:30 is this time. 15:30 is this time. I practiced with Daniel a few times when he visited. He's definitely better than a 15, but I know the nerves can get to you. And yeah, competing against seasoned cubers like Jack isn't easy. And see what Jack does here. Think he can safety this, but yeah, we will see what he does. Yeah, a little hesitation, but I think he's safe. 899. He's not happy, but he knows he's won. OSU defeats NYU here 4-0 as well. OSU 2 sets up, so they're guaranteed a win and guaranteed an advancement in the bracket. Daniel giving him the thumbs up. GG, guys. I think, yeah, that was tough. That was tough. I don't think Jack gave him any space to really push his speed from the sevens and the eights. It was all just oof. Yeah, it was super solid performance. And yeah, I think Daniel definitely left a little to be desired, but good effort. And yeah, OSU leads by 2-0. We're going to play out the third match anyways, just to give all the competitors a chance. Jack Pfeifer and David from NYU. David was popping off in our practice at the cubicle. He's from NYU Shanghai, so this is his first semester here in the city, and it's pretty cool. Avid tennis fan. We talked about a lot of cool sports, cubing. Yeah, NYU guys are just super chill. Jack Pfeifer is no joke. His PR single is 524. PR average is 643 in WCA competition. Very high ranked in a wide variety of disciplines, including big cubes. He's done so many WCA events. I think he's done them all, actually. So, yeah, just an amazing speed cuber. Let's go to the match. Okay. So I think Daniel here is using the weird YJ cube that does not have a name. We made a video on it on the Cubicles channel a moment ago. And yeah, he tried the cube at our office, fell in love, and was popping off, getting really good times. So I think he's really happy with that. Jack is on the Luke Garrett RS3 V5. Wonderful cube by a wonderful cuber, used by a wonderful cuber. David's going first. And yeah, I think he said that this cube gives him a lot of confidence. A lot of rotations, though, going into this solve. Hopefully he can make up for it and gets a 12. I know he knows he can do better. And yeah, I think it's Jack's turn to throw down, and we'll see what he gets over here. Reminder to everyone, on game day, CC Champs is 10% off on the cubicle. You can get anything cubing related, and also anything not cubing related we stock, like four-legged octopuses, which has nothing to do with cubing, but for some reason we still have it. Jack is beginning his solve. Orange cross, super fast. You can see Luke Garrett's face on his cube, 673 plus 2. I think he still gets the win. No one likes to get a plus 2, but he's safe enough. 1-0 to OSU. And yeah, David is smiling about yeah, getting defeated by the plus 2. I think he's gonna have to, yeah, gotta have to calm his nerves fast, because this race could be over fast. Ohio State very aggressive with their times. Doesn't give you any room to breathe when they're getting the 6s, 7s, 8s. Yeah, they're a strong team for sure. All right, Jack taking a little bit of time before his solve. And yeah, this seasoned cuber is used to high stakes competition and used to solving under pressure. See what he's getting. So much fast. He's not happy either. 763. Can't imagine what it's like to be on the receiving end. If you're sitting in the NYU chair You're watching your competitor get a 7 and then shake his head. How must that feel? Yeah. That's what happens with us. We invite top cubers at the cubicle office. They're throwing down 5s, and I'm just like a side character in one of those action films. And yeah, can't really. Oh, interesting solution by David. Got some M moves in there, and he comes out with 11, which is maybe a little better than before, but I think it's going to have to take a lot more to take down OSU. I'm a little worried about the 12-0 sweep. Hopefully, our NYU brother can clinch at least one victory in this little race here. But honestly, I don't think Jack's going to let him. I think OSU is got great momentum and confidence in this race. David looking at solve 3. See what he does here. Taking his time. Always important to take time during inspection. Don't want to rush it, especially in a race. Sometimes if you rush it, you forget what you're doing, and it leads to pauses in the F2L. That's very problematic. All right. This solve's looking better than the previous. And it's a 1071. He's getting better and better. So maybe next solve is a 9. We shall see. We shall see. So Jack knows he's pretty safe. Let's see what he does on this solve. This could be the solve that gets him to game point here. All right. Collegiate Cubing Championships. We are near the end. OSU is closing down on this race. All right. Wow, so productive, so aggressive on that solve. $9.24 seems annoyed by that solve, but still takes it 3-0 OSU. Now this is OSU's turn to do one more solve. And if it's tough to beat, it's tough to beat. That is it. Scrambles getting checked. Very good. And all David can do is watch as Jack does this one solve. And we will see what he gets and how hard that is to beat by NYU. All right. Solve is about to begin. Ooh. Uh-oh. He's not happy, but the 721 is, I think it's enough, but let's see what David can do. He did get a few 7s in our practice a couple of weeks ago, but getting a 7 under pressure against a souped up team like OSU is no easy task. I think he's taking a little time to inspect. Let's get started here. I think, this solve is already perhaps not on pace to compete with a 7, but it's hard to compete against a team like OSU. Good effort by NYU, finishing off with an 1190. So no, Jack's not extremely happy with his times, but I think he knows that he can play it safe a little bit with the +2 and some maybe disappointing solves for him. Those are good solves for, I would say, 99% of just cubers in the world. Jack beats David, giving Ohio State a 3-0 victory over NYU, 12-0 races. As an NYU alumni, I am very sad, but also recognize that Ohio State is an amazing team. Good job, guys, on the victory, and good effort by NYU to compete against a team that was very clearly, just more experienced. These guys compete a lot, and they get a lot of good times. So hopefully they can prepare next year for another run at the bracket. So here we have the Collegiate Cubing Championship bracket. Ohio State, NYU, that's on the top right of the bracket. Winner will face Georgia Tech. Vanderbilt has advanced as well. We have the big guns, UW-Madison, UC Berkeley. These are teams that are Ohio State level on different areas of the bracket. I guess that's how seeding works. But there's going to be a lot of really competitive matches coming up. And props to all the teams that competed in this event. This is really fun. And hopefully, maybe in the future, my kid will be a collegiate cuber and be in this league. That'd be great. So, hello. Yeah, now you can see my face. I'm still Phil from the Cubicle. Thanks so much for watching this match. It was really awesome. Hope you had a good time. And yeah, again, amazing effort by NYU. They're clearly an underdog, but they did the race with a great attitude and a great effort. Congratulations to OSU on a convincing victory. Hope to see more of OSU in the future. And yeah, excited to continue watching Collegiate Cubing Championships. You should definitely watch the next one too. And we'll see you soon. Take care, guys.